3 touches in and around the penalty box, even as at 69 minutes. 69 minutes. Hello guys, welcome to Gunners Lovers TV. I'm Augustine. On behalf of my wife, we're bringing you match reactions for England versus USA. I must say that USA had the best of the first half. England was very lethargic. They were slow. They were kicking the ball side to side from the back between Maguire, John Stones, and the other 2 defenders. They were just kicking it side to side at the back. There were no real pressure from the back, kicking the ball forward or, giving long crosses. It was very slow from the back. Sometimes I was very afraid that the ball could be taken away from them and we'll be in trouble. That's what was going on in the first half. Early part of first half, even through to the middle of first half, it was still like that. When we will start playing very fast, there was very healthy battle between Saka and Anthony Robinson on the right wing of England. It was a balanced one, but to be fair, Robinson had the best of the day than Saka, because Saka was either played out of position or the crosses and the passes were too heavy for him to control. Even when he had it, it was being marked by so many USA players. So the first half, it didn't really yield too much fruits. And I quickly go straight to our striker, main striker, which was Harry Kane. When I was listening to the commentator, he had about 3 touches in and around the penalty box, even as at 69 minutes. 69 minutes. That shows you how poor he was in control of the game. Both felt around that time, 69 minutes, we could have brought in Callum Wilson from Newcastle, who is in the team representing England. He should have done a better job, because I think Kane will play more as a team player rather than trying to carry the load of scoring the goals for England on his shoulder. If he's flexible enough and release the balls quick, and I know he's under pressure. The second match running, he has not scored for England. But if you look at the overall picture, what we need is England qualifying and England doing well. So if the coach can drum that into his ears to play more as a team player, find Saka on the wing or find Raheem Sterling on the wing, and it could have been a different story. Raheem Sterling, I think particularly because of his height too, on the left wing, the balls that the USA players kick, they just kick it over and above him. It gets to the midfield, and as it gets to the midfield, it gets soaked in by the USA players. They were fast. People like Weir, the former president, the president of Liberia, his son, George Weah's son, Weir, and Ty Adams, they were on their bike. They were fast. Our midfield was very poor. The likes of Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, and Mason Mount. No creativity.
Are you surprised?
Passes were not coming through to the left or to right. We had no added pressure from both wings. Most of the time, they try using the middle. And the middle, of course, those boys took it away from them. They were very weak. I think some people attribute it to tiredness. But it's just only 2 games. Maybe the heat in Qatar could have been responsible. But when you start seeing players playing very poorly, we start looking for excuses to back them up. But again, if you also look at it, World Cup brings you to reality ground. The reality ground, back to earth, as they say. because you see teams pick the best in their countries to represent them in World Cup. So it is the best against the best. So you can find matches like this that look like stalemate, handbrake, as you may call it. People are careful, players are careful not to be the one to make mistake. You're not sure of your crosses. You have to be very sure before you make your runs. You don't want to be offside every time they cross the ball. All those things will play in their mind. But we must commend the effort of the USA team. They were very dynamic. They were fast. I remember Musa, another Musa who was an Hill-End academic connection too with Saka. He was very, very good. His technical ability was very good. Even the where to his technical ability. Ty Adams was very spectacular. He was extremely wonderful. I do not think we can count up to about 4 England players who really turned up on that day, except for one solo move made by Harry Maguire. I must say, you see, when you want to commend somebody, you have to commend him when he does well. Harry Maguire could practically, it's heavy for me to say, but it is the truth, was practically best player on the pitch. Harry Maguire was practically the best player. His daring solo move towards the goal almost gave us a goal. It's unfortunate that when he crossed it to meet an England player, the defenders for USA were fast enough to remove the ball. And of course, Harry Kane had a late one, which I would say he should have scored, but unfortunately he didn't score it. The impact of Rashford coming in second half and Jack Grealish could have changed things, but I also think the right selection. The coach brought in Henderson. Henderson cannot cope with the pace of this game. If you check Henderson's age, there are certain matches I think he can cope with. But the one that happened in USA match against England, I don't think Henderson was the right man to bring in to stabilize the ship. Anyway, he did his best. One thing I must mention is the fact that the goalkeeper for USA, Matona, of course, you know where he plays, so I should not go there anyway. He practically picked every cross, every ball that came into the air around the 18-yard box. What we will call, he licked them. He took them away. There was no contest in the air, no duel. His height was soaring high above all the England striker Harry Kane and co. He was taking the balls away from them. So he had a very good game. The goalkeeper had a very good game. And one of the reasons why we could not even smell the goal. So it is the impression by some people that Phil Foden should have been brought in early. I didn't see what Mason Mount played. His game, to me, was not 100%, or close to 100% as he did in the first match. Jude Bellingham, after some time, became, I think he looked as if he was tired. So Phil Foden, should have come in early with Jack Grealish. He could have come in early. Even they could have removed Saka early to change the system. It could have worked well for us because Saka did all his best about 75 minutes and still no impact from his wing because, of course, it was marked out completely. I must say, compared to what he did in the first game against he didn't. I will score him 5/10 in this one. So Rashford came in with Grealish and co. Grealish. By the time they came in, the amount of water that has crossed under the bridge was too much. So we need to go with the system and the result of the game rather than just set our minds like the system the coach played. I think one of the weakness of the coach for England is his inability to read games and make a substantial impression by bringing in the right players to solve the situation. You see, Kane had no business finishing that game without Wilson coming in. How long do you give a striker before you can change him and make... Because our bench was solid. We had enough on the bench to be able to get a result. You see, to be able to get a result. But the bad part of that game was the defenders always kicking the balls to themselves. Take the ball forward. You think they want to make an, now we want to bulldoze into the half of USA. They kick it back again and side to side, just playing very apathensive football at the back. So we're hoping that the next game we're going to play, the coach must have learned from this. Our players will know that it's not a free ride to winning the cup. The bumps on the way like this, and try as much as possible to change the impression that they have given us. Let them not give us the impression that when the battle matters, they drop their sword. They should be able to face every game head on and grant us a good result. Please like, share, and subscribe. If it's your first time to our channel. We just thought of giving you highlights of all the events that could have happened. England tried to score something at the, I think in the 44th minute. Yeah, I think 44th minute. England tried to score a goal through Mason Mount. It didn't work. So we tried one or two. If the match was really productive, we would not be remembering just one or two shows that we had, So please like, share, and subscribe. Next time we'll come your way again on GunnersLoversTV. We'll be giving you the match reaction of the next match. On behalf of my wife, come on England and bring the cup home. See you.